Hey guys, today we'll be discussing my attempt to revamp and create a new inventory system for my eBay and Amazon merchant fulfilled inventory that I store at home. So stay tuned.
Welcome to the Reseller Niche Podcast, a show for e-commerce buyers and sellers where we investigate unique items being bought and sold and show you how research equals knowledge equals profit.
Welcome back, guys. So now I got to preface this by saying I've done next to zero listing this entire week. Well, other than Monday. Monday, I made a bunch of listings, and I've kind of been dropping a few of them each day to see if that helps a little bit with the eBay algorithm. So, anyways, so usually what my routine is, I try to list 15 to 25 listings a day. Some Amazon listings in the morning. Then what I'll do is I'll spend some time once the kids are off e-learning. Usually their lunch is around 12:30, somewhere in there. And I'll spend time with them. And then they usually go back for like an hour or two. So in that time, I'll either do some OA, I'll go out and either go to the post office or do a little bit of sourcing until the early afternoon. And then I come back and probably from, I'd say, 3 to 9, I don't really do anything business related. The kids usually go to sleep around between 8:30 and 9. We try and put them to sleep. So around 9-ish is when I get back and I'll do, if I haven't finished my listings, I'll do a little bit of that. But then usually what I do is I do my shipping because at 9 o'clock, because I'm in California, Pacific time. So anything that comes in after 9, I can send it in the following day. I mean, I guess it would be 2 days from then because I'm doing the shipping for the next day anyway. So because I'm on 1 day handling right now. So, anyways, I just thought I'd give you an update on how I spend my day. Um, like I said, I've been doing very little listing other than kind of relisting and editing. So I actually moved my 1 day. I changed that to 3 days because I knew I wouldn't be doing anything, and I also wanted to make sure I didn't have to do as much shipping during the day this last few days, so I could focus on a topic of the day, inventory control, or going through my inventory and setting up something new that's more efficient. I'll explain why that's kind of become something I desperately need to do. I was kind of waiting. Usually, from everything I'm hearing from people, I don't do this very often, probably every couple of years. People usually say you do this August, September because it's before Q4, but I haven't really seen, not that I do crazy amounts of shipping or anything, I haven't really seen a big downturn, a slowdown since March, I want to say, February, March. It's been relatively consistent. There have been dips here and there. I mean, like a few weeks ago, there was a little bit of a dip, I think, when school started. But there hasn't been a crazy dip. Like I used to see crazy dips, but I haven't seen one this year at all. It'd be a day here, a day there, but other than that, nothing. So, which is a good thing. I don't want to complain. But so I figured it's not Q4. Let's redo my inventory now. When we moved to this house 2 years ago, I had some racks that I got, and they were good enough. They sufficed because the amount of inventory I had was a lot less than I do now. I'm pushing, I think, 1,800 listings, and that kind of fluctuates. I think it's down to 1,700 something now. And that I didn't have half of that before. And most of my stuff was at FBA, or I had a little bit of merchant fulfilled. But anyways, it was a lot less than what I have now. So I kind of wanted to redo this before I run into potentially run into any issues in Q4. Because what I noticed last week is I had a time where there was something I couldn't find. Usually that's really kind of unheard of. I usually have everything organized to the point where it's not hard for me to find. But I've been doing a lot of like smaller hard goods, like a lot of action figures, that type of stuff. And something just slipped through the cracks. It was a little tiny figure, couldn't find it at all. Till the last second. I was at the point of actually canceling an item, which really freaked me out because I haven't done that in years. And so I said, you know what? When I find this item, which I luckily did, after this, I'm going to have to redo everything. It's looking like a mess. I don't have enough room. The fact that I'm spending all this time looking for an item was driving me nuts. I'm turning the big cliche here, typical, messy inventory, can't find anything. So anyways, that's why I really wanted to start to redo whatever I had, my inventory in there. So I guess on a side note, I haven't really seen a decrease in sales this week either, even though I moved to 3-day. If people are wondering, maybe because I'm kind of dropping in listings here and there. But anyways, so my old system's pretty outdated in the sense that my racks don't fit my inventory right now. I just had that giant clothing haul, and another reason is before I picture, list, and put all that into inventory, I wanted to make sure that I had somewhere for it to go, because the space that I had, like I said, was not gonna work, at least not efficiently. I'd be losing items left and right, I think. So what I did was I went in first. I assessed what I had. Basically, I've got a couple of, I think, let me see, let me pull up the listing. This is what I bought. They're from Home Depot. I got these gift cards, had like $300 or $400 worth of Home Depot gift cards when we first moved in 2018. So there's a red 4-tier heavy-duty welded steel garage storage shelving units. That's the exact, I'm reading off the Home Depot webpage here. So I have 2 of those. They're pretty big. It says 77 by 78 by 24 inches deep. I thought they were really good. A couple of things that are wrong with them. For one, they're really heavy. They're not movable. They don't have wheels, so I can't shift them around. So I had to basically unload everything to shift around and make any. I mean, they're pretty big. That's what's good, and they're very heavy. So I can. I forget what. Let me see how much I could put on that. It says heavy-duty shelving rack supports 1,500 pounds per shelf, and I believe it. I could stand on it very easily. And it says adjustable, versatile. Yeah, they're adjustable, and you can connect them pretty easily because I have a couple that are side by side, but they're not really movable, especially when you get tubs with hundreds of pounds worth of stuff in them. So, anyways, I've got these things. I don't want to get rid of them, and I'm trying to figure out, do I use them? Do I not? Do I get new ones? Do I not? And long story short, I'm not looking to spend money on new racks or new tubs. What I used to have before, up until 2018, I had my own shipping store and I had a warehouse. We had built-in industrial shelving units that we were able to get from the actual landlord, the owner of the building. He had them, and we didn't even have to pay for them because I guess the previous tenant had left some parts there, and he had some in storage. But these things were big. Some of them were made actually for pallets. They were giant and heavy, and they actually had things built into the walls. So you could I had a big roll-up door. You can go. It was good. It was easy to use. Obviously, I couldn't bring those back with me, but what I could bring back with me were tubs. The tubs, I mean, obviously I left the pallets, but some of these racks had relatively normal-sized tubs. So I had a lot of those. But these tubs don't really fit onto the Husky units that I have, that I got since I moved in at home. So now, the question is, do I get new racks? Do I get new tubs? Do I get both? I mean, 2 years ago it was fine from inventory, but now it's not. But at the same time, I figured I can probably condense, throw out stuff, donate stuff, and make it work. So that's kind of what my plan was for this week. I'm only about halfway through right now. I did take a before picture. I'll post on an Instagram, and it's a huge mess. You'll see. It's like I have some tubs of this size, some of that size. It's just not good. but I'm going to make it work for now, only because I don't exactly know what size I need. I'm not even sure if I'm going to continue with doing clothing. I might just sell off what I have with this new lot and then kind of move on back to hard goods like it was before. Because that, for the space I have, I think that would be a better choice. So that's what I'm thinking about with these racks right now. Another reason I was thinking about continuing to use what I have right now is because if I'm gonna kind of downsize the size of the items that I'm getting, and I'm not gonna need additional racks, what I have right now is pretty good. I could probably fit, I would say, up to 3,000 items in there. Because also what I have is I have the garage is pretty. It's a tandem garage, so it's pretty big. It's like 2-car garage plus an extra. Technically, it's a 3-car garage, but in that third spot, what we have is custom built. I have custom built counter on the left side with it's kind of smaller cabinets on the top and the bottom, and then I have full length 4 cabinets. I believe it's 4 cabinets that are like 6-foot cabinets all the way on the right side, going all the way down. So I have room for bigger hard goods. That was my original goal when we first moved in. I said I already have these built-in cabinets. Just use that for the hard goods. Have the long counter space for packaging, and then in the middle, I have space for storage. And in the back, I was going to put my racks. The back ended up turning into where I do pictures slash storage of cardboard boxes and things like that. And then further in the front, that's where the racks are now. So I don't know if I'm going to keep it that way. Like I said, I'm going to see if I can post a picture. It's a before picture of the disaster zone that is my garage right now. And then maybe if you have any comments, that would be great. Actually, I'd love to hear what you guys do. I've seen a lot of people with some really cool inventory systems. I'm at the point where I need it. Like I said, 17 to 1,800 items. I'd say 90% of that is eBay. The rest is Amazon Merchant Fulfilled. So what are you guys doing? What is your system that you use? Have you upgraded? Are you looking to downsize? Are you looking to move in a warehouse? I'm kind of the opposite of most people. People kind of look to, oh, I want to get a warehouse. I want to do this and that. I want to get away from that. I've had warehouses, retail spaces for years, and especially with COVID, especially with all the craziness that's going on right now, I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe in your area, retail space is cheaper. I'm in Northern California. I'm no longer in the Bay Area where the prices are ridiculously horrible, but they're still not great in the Sacramento area. But I'd love to hear what you guys are doing in terms of storing your items, because I'm kind of in the transition mode, and I'd love to figure out. I kind of bounce ideas off you. So if you want to leave us a message, you can leave us a message, a voice message at our Anchor page. There's an anchor.fm/reseller niche. Just click on the button, leave a message, or just send us a message. That's fine too, because I'd love to hear any suggestions you do have. I kind of, like I said, I have a mixture of larger items, smaller items, and clothing. And the clothing was not the focus moving forward. It just kind of, I happened to fall into this huge lot that I just picked up last week. So I'm going to incorporate that, hopefully get rid of a lot of it, and then just have enough to where the space that I have will work for it. So that's what I've been up to this week. And I'm going to have an update on that that lot that I picked up, that clothing haul, once I go through the rest of it and actually take pictures of everything. I kind of gave a brief overview on how many items and what types of items I picked up. But I'm going to finish that up in the next few days once I get my inventory done and cleaned up. And hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a better idea and then get some listed. So actually the main thing is, get it sold. It's been let me see, I'm going on a week now with, nearly 6 days. But I really want to get some of this stuff sold so I can start quantifying to see how much of a deal this really was. I think it was a great deal. But anyways, I'm rambling now, so I'll stop. So until the next one, thanks for listening to the Reseller Niche podcast. Check out our Facebook page, Reseller Niche Help. And if you could possibly leave us a review or comments on Apple, on iTunes, that would be great. We have a few, but we really need some more. So kind of push us up the rankings so more people can find out that we're here. Anyways, until the next one, you guys have a good one. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Reseller Niche Podcast. Show notes and social media links are located at resellerniche.com. Please comment, rate, and subscribe to us on iTunes or YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.